All right, you guys ready?
I am.
I'm water bathing the noodles so they stop cooking. The noodles are drained and deep fried. Normally, we've got some salmon of order, as you can see right now.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I'm ready.
Did we make tempura about it yet? No. Tempura not done. We are
Thought I was out of beer.
nowhere near where we need to be.
Yeah, I figured you were looking for your beer.
Not a good feeling.
I needed a top off on whiskey when I saw Dan was on. I'm like, oh, it's game time. I gotta get something a bevy.
I'm waiting for one more confirmation.
Any kinds of food.
Hey, you with the face.
Me?
Yeah, are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
ready.
Well, you didn't respond, so I was just giving you a
I'm
second.
tired.
Well,
All right.
anyhow. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Guild of Brockheart, brought to you by AED&D. Borg here as your DM. We have the Man Bear, we have Gnomeface Slorgan, and we have Donnie Danger.
Hey, yo.
We are on episode 21 now of the Guild of Brockheart, season 2. So it's some good stuff. I'm hoping Donnie doesn't mess up my plans or make plans for me. We'll find out what happens.
What can I do?
I'm excited. I'm waiting to see how this goes. But yeah, anyways, don't forget, like, subscribe, review, rate, anything else that all helps us out, and algorithms appreciate it. Yeah, without further ado, I can start the recap and we can move on. Moving on.
Do it.
Oh, okay. Last time on the Guild of Brockheart, our adventurers were in the arena. We had Sven and Wilhelm sitting in the stands eating popcorn, and we had Gale and Gnomeface standing across from each other, ready to duel it out. For the second time, actually, the crowd was not a fan of how the first one ended, and they wanted more. They were thirsty for blood. So the people who normally, the mages who end the battle and have everyone recover, decided that they were just reset the battle and let them go again. The announcer was all for it. Everyone was cheering, and then it commenced. This was more of a flip flop of the first time. Gnomeface was pinned down quite a bit less. He was pinned down quite a bit in the first one. This one he was not. And he was able to unleash his true power with his firebolt, which he's stronger with, and really whittled down Gale Glavinus in the arena. There was fights back and forth and hits taken by both of them. And with one final blast, Gnomeface is about to take out Gale, and the mages freeze time in the arena, and Gnomeface was declared the victor. The crowd cheered as this one had a clear winner at the end of this battle. They got what they wanted. Although the count is now 1-1, if anyone's keeping track, between Gale and Gnomeface. Wouldn't have it any other way. But afterwards, they moved on out into the street, and Gnomeface started asking Gale, or told Gale that it's time for him to answer some questions. That was part of the bargain, after all. So they ended up moving on down, headed to a bar where it was a little more spacious, and they had some. It was a little quieter, and they had some room to talk. That's where we'll join them, where Gnomeface and Gale are discussing Brockheart and both of their interactions within it. Sven, feel free to chime in and whatever during this thing. You're learning pretty much everything for the first time, so
Yeah, for starts.
Yeah.
What's a Brockheart?
What's a Brockheart? Are you asking that when me and Gnomeface are talking?
Throw that, not yet. Throw your own wrench into it if you so be it. But yeah, it's the end of the first day. I'm gonna say you guys ended up going down to the first level because I'm expecting you guys to go to bed after this. It's kind of late in the first day. So pretty much you guys are gonna sit here and chat and have a drink or two. And then pretty much for the rest of the night. But yeah, I forgot the question I had you guys, or how I ended you guys last time, but Gale and Gnomeface. Gnomeface has questions for you, Gale. Gale, you have answers, and I'm sure you have your own questions. But yeah, hit it.
Gnomeface, you first. This was your
Me
bargain.
first. Oh, it. Yeah. Sorry, it's been a long day. So basically, like, I really don't know how to roleplay this right now. Sorry, my brain is kind of fuzzy. My first question would be, why'd you come here from Brockheart, and what's the quickest way back?
Okay. Why did I come here from Brockheart? Is there a deeper reason, DM, other than develop trade routes between Brockheart and Quoth?
No,
Or is that the gist?
you are on assignment.
I'm on assignment to build trade routes between Brockheart and Quoth, right?
Well, that's the result, but you're here on orders of the prince, the king, one of the two. Both. So yeah, they gave you this assignment. That was the goal of sending you here with the gift that you had. But you're essentially here to improve relations with Akasai and create a diplomatic stance between them and hoping a trade route in the future.
Okay, I just wanted to know if there was anything more to it. That's as I understood it. I explained to Gnomeface is generally to build, diplomatic relationships, potential alliances between my kingdom and the ones in this region. The quest I brought you adventurers on was kind of complementary to that goal.
Okay. I ask, did you, sorry, I kind of missed it. Did you, tell me how you got here?
Oh, I'm not an expert on geography.
You took a boat.
I took a boat.
Your boat sailed straight from Yellowseed to Quoth.
So probably the same route that you had planned to Quoth before.
His route.
Oh, we weren't planning on coming to Quoth. I got throwing.
He wasn't planning on coming here. They were actually they were sailing out, and they did a couple laps out there. You had a direct path, which is why that happened.
You managed to find a heck of a shortcut. Okay. Hi, big boy.
Through the Yellow Sea. I came through the Yellow Sea.
Can you do me a favor? Yellow Seed, man. It's the name of the town.
What? Yellow Seed?
The Yellow Seed Sea.
Okay, so that answers two of my questions. I look kind of down when he says that, though, because I was really hoping for an overland path to get back to Brockheart. So I get kind of sullen, and I order an ale since we're sitting at the bar, and some food. I'm feeling, a little pumped for my win, so I order a round for the table. DM, you can, whatever that's going to cost me.
20 Floyds.
And then
with food 30.
And then I ask when are you planning on heading back to Brockheart?
After completing return to Quoth, I'd say things have been going pretty well so far. Unless anything comes up, I plan on returning to Brockheart shortly after to reporting to Lord Zahn, and you know, just explain to my king, we've got a foothold of relationships. We've got, we've established our mark. People know that Brockheart exists. We know that we genuinely have everybody's interest in mind. I don't have any other assignments here besides this.
My last question is, how long have you been in this area, like time-wise?
I'm probably about as experienced with this continent as you are.
No, I mean, like, how long have you been in the Quotith area? Like, when did you leave Barntome to get to Quotith? Richard, can you put this back, please?
Oh,
Barntome.
DM.
Sorry. Yellow Seed to get to Quotith. Sorry, I was renaming all my episodes. Barntome is stuck in my head.
How long was I here before meeting Gnomeface?
You got to town
It was okay if you did it like over here.
pretty much like the day before you posted the quest.
Mm.
So you met
Like,
So if he
Gnomeface on
took
the
a leisurely
third day.
trip, so if he took a leisurely trip where I basically rushed to Quotith from the port town,
Dad,
he's probably got like a week on me.
mm,
No, it was
okay, red, orange, yellow,
all right.
Buddy,
green.
I'm doing D&D right now, buddy. I'm sorry.
How long were
Like,
you guys out at sea? 2 days, 3 days?
pink.
You
like
prob-
2.5, 3.
I think it's like a 2-day
Okay.
travel across. It's not like a giant
Purple,
ocean, not
red,
like the Atlantic, but like more like a sea.
Red, orange.
So it would have been from Yellow Sea. It would have been like a 2-day travel, and then he was in the city the day before. He probably was at this in Quotith when you arrived at the port.
yeah, I explained that. I wasn't here very long.
Okay. I go, well, I traveled here just after you and I got attacked by a kraken. So I don't know how we'll be getting back. We may have to stay around a little bit longer. I also look at him and I go, I know you and me have had our differences, but you proved to me in the arena that you can fight. And you are my ticket back to Barntome, essentially. Fuck, not Barntome.
Brockheart.
What's Brockheart, sorry. You are my
Just
ticket
both
back to
language?
Brockheart, eventually. So if it's okay with you, I'm gonna stick around,
Just put one in the fridge.
but don't expect me to be nice.
Being a valiant knight, it's in my order to help people who need help, whether or not they have good bedside manner, as long as you don't impede upon my missions.
When he says that, I also kind of look at him funny. Are you a player or a character?
I feel like something about that feels weird to answer. I'm a character. I'm a knight. I'm a knight of the Knights of Brockheart.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're an adventurer. It's our
Yeah,
duty.
no,
to help.
I'm not arguing. I'm not throwing shade or anything. I'm just like, okay, if you say so, I believe you. Like, I have no reason to not believe you.
Roll a
Right.
d20. Wisdom.
Me?
Yeah. No, not you, Donnie.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
You're skeptical. You're skeptical of his answer, but you don't know why.
That'll bug me for a little bit, but as of right now, I'm not really in the mood to push into it.
Anyways,
Sven,
You
you
just-
roll a d20 as well. Wisdom. But go ahead.
With the same wisdom bonus.
Continue.
You just allow us knights to do our tasks, and we'll gladly assist you in whatever innocent needs you request.
I don't have any nefarious motivations. I just want to get back to my guild. I need to see my girl and inform her that we lost a friend. I also need to find my other friend who's been, I'm assuming, kidnapped by pirates if she hasn't, kicked all their asses yet. But, so yeah, it's imperative for me to get back to Brockheart, but everywhere I turn, I run into one problem or another on getting back.
You mentioned you were in a guild, yes?
Yeah.
Sounds like a bit of a troubled one.
Well, we did a lot. Like I said at the arena, I saved the prince.
I've been meaning to ask you about that. What is the name of your guild again?
We didn't name our guild, did we?
No. You
No,
weren't.
we didn't name the guild.
You
Honestly,
didn't really set
we
up
were
the guild
we're
enough to.
yeah,
get to the point
we're
of naming it.
still on the beginner path of becoming a guild. We just got our guild hall, and they were doing some work on it when we went on this mission, and we haven't even fully moved in yet, let alone named it.
So, a barely established guild rescued Prince Jeremiah?
We weren't a guild when we rescued him. We were just adventurers, and there was only 2 of us, not 4.
Regale me of this tale already. What did you rescue him from?
I tell him the tale. I really don't want to go over it all right now. So, Gnomeface informs Gale in a very, very chauvinistic, I did everything way of how him and Donnie Danger and Toriel went into the catacombs and fought the... It wasn't a beholder, it was an observer.
I think it was an observer.
I don't
I'll look
remember
her
what it was
at her.
called. It was like a downgraded version of a beholder, but we inform him of all of that. I inform him of all of that. And
The spectators were in the
how
graveyard.
the spectators.
That was a
No, there was
spectator.
one in the tombs too.
No, that was a
Because
raid.
we went down the tube on the way down to save the prince. We went down the tubes, and I remember the map popped up, and you had a picture of a beholder on there, and we were all like, "Fuck our lives," and then you're like, "It's just a spectator." Okay, I pooped a little less.
Someone back.
I
some
remember
prairie
it.
dogged.
Yeah, I do remember that.
No,
So
they were
we fought the
involved.
spectator, and then we found the prince.
For
I brought them
everyone
back
else,
from-
go back to season 1. That it was in there, I think. Yeah. No, maybe.
Yeah.
It might have been an very early episode.
Yeah, no, because we were podcasting already when Toriel joined with us.
I thought that was right before it. Anyways, we'll do a recap of it in the future.
Either way, I explain. I don't add the part of me bringing him back from the dead. I just say we found him unconscious and he was under some sort of curse, and we saved him.
You mentioned the curse?
Yeah, he was cursed or asleep or something.
And who cast this curse? What
I don't know.
nefarious cult or ne'er-do-well would do such a thing to our beloved prince?
I don't know. I just saved him.
And for that, Gnomeface, you have my gratitude. The utmost. I'm
Well, if
sorry
you just got here from Brockheart, I'm surprised you weren't there when we brought him back.
I was probably out on assignment. They seem to send me out a lot.
To
Yeah, there was a whole thing.
To put in perspective, like, don't forget, Gnomeface. After he got back a lot earlier before you did, because you guys, like, he literally left and bolted right away, and you guys did your own thing. And then you also went because the Uncle Mufasa attacked right after that. So you had
But
that
in
whole
between Uncle
section.
Mufasa attacking, there was the ball, the big ass ball we all went to,
That is true.
where we were honored for saving the prince.
That is true.
Was I out on assignment?
If you don't remember it, then yeah.
I must have been out on assignment.
So
Okay.
okay, I will say, Donnie, that Gale remembers some commotion. You do know of a time when you were as a knight when the prince was gone for a while, and then he was back when you returned. If you're gone on assignment, he was back when you returned.
That was some good news to hear coming back from assignment.
So like that is if you were gone on assignment, that's the case. He was gone for a period of time. You don't know. No one knew where no one was told where he went or what happened, but you know he was gone for a period of time, and then he was back by the time you got back. But
The
you would have
memory-
got back after the ball.
The memory of hearing the news coming back from assignment is uplifting. Yes, I do remember. It was a grueling task I was sent out to do. I feared my prince was gone. I feared my assignment wasn't going all too well, and I come back to my kingdom in celebration to find out that they were celebrating the return of my prince due to your efforts.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
strange now looking at you. But I am not a judgmental sort. It was you who rescued my prince. I will accept this truth.
What assignment were you on?
Just imagine he's out there bench pressing lions or something.
Then the king's just like, Gale, we have all these lions not being bench pressed. East of the kingdom.
Got to show them who's boss.
Anyways, so yeah, hey, it's really cool hearing about you explain, how you saved the prince. I can still kind of barely wrap my head around it that some no-name adventurer did it, but it happened. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't do it for you. I didn't do it for your thanks. I did it because he needed my help.
And that is something a knight can respect. No. I kind of think about the time. I was gonna look at my wrist. I don't have a watch. If there's nothing further ado, a knight does have business to attend to. I don't think there's anything more to discuss, though.
You
This
guys have
was
been
a pleasure.
talking for like 20 minutes. Make it last longer. Come on.
What's this Brockheart place like? You guys both seem to like it a whole lot.
Oh, Sven!
Yeah, he's been there.
I almost forgot you were there. You've been quiet so long.
I was just enraptured in the story you were telling.
You've heard about the prince's departure and his rescue. You overheard all that.
I've been out of the loop for a while.
Out of the loop. Do you not know much of Brockheart?
Not particularly.
Oh my god!
Oh, I got him started, didn't I?
I need a deity other than the word God. Yeah.
Oh my, Brockheart.
Oh my King Albert.
I mean, honestly, yeah. He's the highest power to you. You're not a cleric or anything.
Oh my Albert. My king. In all his glory, let me tell you all about Brockheart. It is the most glorious, most peaceful kingdom in all the lands I've bared witness to, with the fairest royalty. Prince Jeremiah has so much wisdom, grace, and holds the populace above himself. And King Albert, in all of his wisdom, does the same.
What should we do?
The two of them delegate us knights to assisting other kingdoms, not just Brockheart itself. We're spreading glory across the land in the name of Brockheart. And this is a selfless glory to be shared with all. Oh, but that barely explains anything. That's very general. You're more curious about geography, history?
I was expecting something like, "Oh, we're the #1 exporter of phosphates in the region."
We're the #1 exporter of knights on duty.
So it would seem.
As far as logistics go, that's a bit out of my depth. I don't know what we export. Can I roll a wisdom check to see if I know of anything cool that Brockheart does?
Always.
Yeah, just general geography, you know, plants, animals, that sort of stuff.
I roll a 6.
You know that convoys and merchants are coming in and out of the town all the time. It's the place to be.
Brockheart is bustling. I can tell you that, Sven. People are in and out constantly from all over.
And
Doing
goods.
what?
No,
I can't say, but goods come and go frequently.
I imagine you can find just about anything you're looking for there.
It is a hub of everything you could possibly want or thought. And it's a lawful one at that. Peaceful, organized. This is truly a great
Gnomeface, what do you think of Brockheart?
It's a pretty good city. It's a big city. It's the first big city we really found. We found a couple small towns and one medium city on our way there. Me and Donnie, that is. And then we came to Brockheart, and that's where we felt we could settle down. That's where my guild's being built, and that's where my girlfriend is, and that's why I want to get back. Nothing to do with the city itself. Oh, and there's a crazy old bat teaching me magic. That's a +2.
And on the way over, you got attacked by a kraken.
Oh, no, we weren't on our way over here. We were doing a patrol for Yellow Seed. They were apparently having some problems with pirates, interrupting their shipping lanes. And while we were fighting the pirates, we got attacked by a kraken.
Okay. Gale, does that have anything to do with what assignment you were on when that prince went missing?
Kraken,
Or the pirates?
Kraken and the pirates. As far as I'm aware, the pirates had nothing to do with our prince absence. The specifics of which are actually kind of secret. As a knight, even I'm not entirely sure who took the prince. Gnomeface doesn't seem to be really know much more than that either. We just know he was gone and then he was rescued. Unless there's anything more you know, Gnomeface. Gnomeface.
What? Sorry.
Is there anything more that you know about the prince's condition before you rescued him?
No, not really. Don't know who put him down there. Don't know why he was down there. Just know he was, and that we found him and we saved him.
Information is sparse in that department, and
We honestly weren't even looking for him. We were in the ruins because we were told they were ancient Zaptarian ruins, and I was studying the ancient Zaptarian language, and I wanted to learn more about them, and that's where we found him.
ancient Zaptarian. Strange that he would be in a place like that. I wonder why that information is so hush hush. Probably just to prevent morale from lowering. The prince in all of his wisdom. Yes.
Sure.
Dad, the same thing happened to Robert, but a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Sven, let's not dwell on such a sour note. Is there anything more you want to know about Brockheart?
I mean, what sort of assignments are you typically sent on? It seems to be mostly you're the face of Brockheart and you're sort of an ambassador, or would you be more of a bodyguard to the ambassadors that they send out?
Well, every knight is technically a representative of Brockheart. If any of us fail spectacularly, we will be probably no longer considered knights. Yes, we're all trusted with quite the responsibility of spreading Brockhart's glory. But we are not ambassadors by law. In essence, that's the role we serve.
You want some help?
Yes.
So, in the beginning, after you did your training, you were sent more on like fight and defeat stuff. Pretty much like in what the quest to defeat the trolls, you were sent to do that. You just didn't hire other people, but you had it replace trolls with something else. Up from there, because at that point you were cannon fodder essentially. After that, you did more like escorting and of that type of nature, where like they could try like in the beginning it was a group of you sent out to do stuff, and then as you got promoted and you went up, you then were relied on more, and you were more independent. So instead of sending a whole group of 10 of you, only like two or three of you escorted people. And then now you're at the point where you're like a veteran knight, so you're high enough rank that you're more of an ambassador and you're training the lowers. Feel free to explain in due detail that process.
Yes.
I mean, it feels like he should have a stack of brochures that he hands out at any opportunity.
Oh, what? I didn't give you one yet?
He has all the medals on his sash that he needs. That's where all his patches and his medals are. But yes, Gale, please explain to him what assignments you have, what examples of assignments that you have partaken as a knight.
Well, in my early days, it was pretty ragtag and it's a hustle, constantly getting around, fighting pirates, fighting, orcs, goblins here and there. But as I started to get promoted, I started to get asked to take out more trolls, for instance. A pack of them hiding in the mountains. How could one knight possibly scour the entire mountain range to secure trade routes? And so greater privileges were established to me. Hire adventurers, form quests, establish parties for more intricate endeavors as a knight's duty, while also training up knights in training.
Promoted to supervisor. I didn't say middle management.
In a sense, I guess you could call it that. Although, I like to think I'm heading a charge of a middling variety. Yes. Not just managing, leading the way in a middle kind of capacity. Yeah.
Donnie, you surprise me.
When don't I?
Fair. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Anyways, yes, I guess you could call me middle management, though it's a bit insulting. Honestly, what we knights do is very important. We're very proud of it.
Wait,
I'm just talking about your position in the organization. You seem to have moved up beyond even the local supervisor. You have some authority to purchase things, make expenditures on behalf of Brockheart.
To an extent, and
It
all
seems to be outside of the scope of a typical knight. That's pretty high position you seem to find yourself in.
I suppose I didn't think of it that way. I suppose your words aren't too inaccurate. Essentially, I do have more privileges, but there are also many more responsibilities. I must utilize these tools properly. I can't hire adventurers who aren't ready for the quest that I need done. And I need to be discerning that the adventurers I do hire are of upholding merit and morale. I can't hire a bunch of rapscallions and scallywags.
That's understandable. So where to next?
Oh, well, we need to go back to Quota.
Mhm.
And that's the day after tomorrow, right?
Correct.
Yep. So we have one more day here in Akasai. Enjoy the sights. This is quite an exotic city. But after tomorrow, we're heading back to Quota. You don't have to come with us, but as an adventurer, your rewards do await in Quota. So I'm assuming you will. Yeah. We're going back to Quota, and we knights don't really have any reason to stay in this side of the Yellow Sea. Gee, the Yellow Sea? We're going back to Brockheart afterwards.
All right, it's now named the Yellow Sea.
You got that one for a freebie.
Gale, check your in-game chat.
All right.
Oh, you didn't even have it open.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. Ooh. Do I think I know? I'm not. I don't know.
I tell you, you think you know.
Gnomeface.
Mm-hmm.
During the discussion, you mentioned somebody interesting from Brockheart. Somebody was teaching you magic. Yes.
Yeah, the crazy old bat.
Why do you call her that?
Because she's old, she's crazy, and she's a bat.
And where did you see her?
Library.
That's what I thought. DM, I'm gonna roll a wisdom check because I think I know who he's talking about.
I'm just amazed he knows the talking bat.
You know, you Gale, you don't have to roll. The person that you're thinking of is tied well to the royalty of Brockheart, or like you've seen the person multiple times.
She's like an advisor, right?
Yeah, she's like the lead mage lady.
Like the Merlin of King Albert's court.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Gnome
thought.
face. It's King Albert, Prince Jeremiah.
Oh. Okay. See, I got confused.
I could tell. That's why I'm
something else.
Mhm.
Okay.
But anywho, someone like you have a strong suspicion that the person that you've seen like communicate, interact, have meetings with the king, that someone would refer to them as the old bat, crazy old bat.
Crazy old bat.
So like you don't have to roll, like you're pretty certain out of everyone that like the king talks to on like a semi-regular basis that there's only one person that would fit that description.
Okay. So that's pretty interesting that you are being taught strictly by her.
Oh, not strictly. I actually do a lot of learning on my own. He's pointed me in the right direction for a couple of my spells, but a lot of it I've done on my own.
Yeah, but even so, like, it's not just any adventurer gets tutored by, the sorceress of her court, King Albert's court.
Well, she never called herself that. I know she works with the king, but from all I know is I went in the library. There's this crazy old lady. She told me where to find a book to do what I needed to do. And then from there, she's been giving me pointers and tips on how to advance my magic.
This peculiar Gnomeface.
If you say so. I didn't think there was anything weird about it.
Oh, but there most certainly is.
And what would that be?
Just the uncommonness of it, as far as I know so far. It may have just been her acting by a whim, but I doubt it. Oh, I'm a simple knight, and I'm not one to muse and speculate.
The waiter comes around asking if you guys want another.
Nope. No more for me.
No, please, ma'am. Just
have
no,
one
no
more.
face. I will help you back to Brockheart.
7 Floyds if you have another.
But this conversation has opened up so many more questions for me.
So ask
Okay.
them. It's only like 9 p.m. Like,
Oh, really? Okay.
like you guys
Okay.
fought in the evening and you fought twice. Like you were maybe in the arena an hour. Like you guys have
Okay.
several hours before you're going to go to bed. It's just the Akasai kind of is like, most of the shops are closing down by 9.
I wasn't sure if we were working on condensed time rules. So did the old bat ever ask you to do anything for her?
Is there anything the old bat asked me for?
Yes.
Not yet, no.
No favors?
Not yet, no.
And she just offered you tutoring.
Essentially, yeah.
Of all the adventurers that come by the kingdom.
I met her before I met the prince. No, I'm not saying that to Gale. I'm just saying that out loud. Like, I met her first.
How so?
Again, I'm not saying that to Gale.
Oh, I thought you were just saying that out loud.
I'm out of character. I was just thinking, like, I met her before I met the prince.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah, no, she's never asked me for anything. Like I said, bumped into her at the library. She gave me a good tip. Found out she worked for the king. She still gives me good tips now and then. She hasn't really asked anything of me. No.
I take a deep breath and I think, DM, how much do I actually know about her? I'm gonna roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
I roll in that 20. +4.
So while you guys were talking, I've been trying to decide whether or not I actually make her like a sister-in-law of the king, just to make things a little weird, and that's why like they're friends. So I'm gonna say yeah, she's King Albert's sister-in-law. She's like the crazy cousin of the family type of thing. I was either deciding either that or the divorcee of the king, one or the other. Do like a king, a king of England type of thing, But no, I'll say she's a sister-in-law of the king. They get along, but she's the crazy cousin. You know her as having immense powers. But she frightens off most people who approach her learning stuff.
Does she have a title?
No.
All right.
Like, if you ask her for a name, I can't think of one right now. But an actual title, like, of the royalty, no. Other than that, like, you know, she works with the king a lot. She's a very strong and just immensely powerful witch that has kind of is like living out the rest of her life in the library. And yeah, she scares off most people who come looking for magic.
Okay, yeah, knowing all that doesn't really change my perspective that much. I'm still a little superstitious. And even with that information, like, there's still a lot of uncertainty. That's very peculiar in Gnomeface. She must see something in you.
I am awesome.
It's not normal that she reaches out to particular adventurers. But you rescued the prince, and she sees something in you.
Oh, I met her before I met the prince. Now I actually am telling Gale. She taught me magic long before I saved the prince.
Which adds all the more weight to the situation.
Again,
I can't.
Who
treat
just whooped
this-
your ass in the arena? I'm awesome.
I will say,
True.
Gale, you are kind of making assumptions since he didn't really explain too much on how the whole like session started, but you're
I will protect you, Gnomeface.
I think you're diving a little too far into it.
This is what I do. I make assumptions and I lean into them. Let me do it. Gnomeface.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing what I've heard, you must be valuable to the kingdom.
Sure.
I will protect you on the way to return you to Brockheart.
Okay.
After that, my role as a knight in regards to you may consider them finished.
Okay. I'll take that.
Anyways, it's a very breathtaking conversation. Confusing. Eye-opening here and there. I don't know what to make of everything, but my job will be a different one when I return to Brockheart. And that's all that needs to be on my mind.
Okay.
Are there any questions on your part, Sven?
No, I want to see how this plays out. I kind of want to see Brockheart for myself.
Oh,
But weird things seem to happen around y'all. It's more action in the past few days than I've seen in weeks.
don't
I
let
look
this
at him. I go, if you mean that, I have an opening in my guild now. I say it kind of lightheartedly, but there's still a tint of sadness and a tint of stress in my face afterwards. I hide it pretty well, I think, but you could, anybody who's being observant could see me kind of flash real emotion after saying that.
I don't know what that's about, but I'll consider it, I guess. Clearly, it means something to you, but I'm not gonna pry.
I'm glad to see you haven't given up hope for your guild yet, despite all the hardships. Sven? Consider his proposal, I guess. But a knight's got to do what a knight's got to do, and I'm sure there are citizens here in Akasai who might need some help. If you guys want to discuss guild to adventure recruitment, free to do so. A knight has no part in that. I'm going to try and assist the citizens of Akasai.
Oh, I'm gonna try some. I'm gonna try some plants out. Heard about some funky cactus out there. I need to find. See what that's all about.
Well, I'm leaving to go, like, I don't know, help blind kids cross streets or something. So I don't know if you need anything else from me guys.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my room because it's late and I just got out of 2 arena battles with a crazy muscle-bound idiot.
Oh yeah, that's true. It is late. There's
I
probably
mean-
not a lot of blind kids running around right now.
I mean, you do feel
I
like
don't
you've
know what
had a
time it
long
is.
rest.
I'll probably stay up quite a while helping out blind kids in in the middle of the night.
Okay, you're as healthy as if you had a long rest, but in time of day, it's like I guess 10, 11 o'clock. More towards 10
Or
because
may-
you guys didn't talk that long.
I'm gonna go
Still
check
a
on my
while.
nights.
I'll get a shot of whiskey to calm Wilhelm's nerves. Hopefully, this time in that blue beam thing, he's a little calmer. Head back to my room and get an early start tomorrow.
All right.
Good.
I mean, if the conversation's over, then yeah, you all, you know, say your goodbyes or say goodnight. Head up to your room. Oh, sorry, you would have hit the beam before you came down here. Maybe
Well, that would
tomorrow.
have been interesting.
Or you can head down now. I don't care if you're went to a bar on the second level or the first level, but yeah, you guys end up heading back to the inn. You tuck yourselves in, all that good stuff. Yeah. Do your nightly rituals, however that those go.
Can I roll Knight's Presence?
For what?
Randomly helping out some strangers in need before I hit the hay.
A girl lost a cat in a tree.
I see that. Say, little girl, do you need some help with that? I'll gladly climb that tree and get you your cat back.
I mean, she's crying, asking for someone to rescue her cat.
All right. 24.
Dad,
Or agility
Dad.
check. Or
that
Oh,
noise.
I was rolling Knight's Presence.
I mean, I'll take
Let me
that
roll.
for afterwards, but roll like an acrobatics
All right.
check, which
A 17.
I want to see what it is.
I'd say you succeed in climbing the tree to grab the cat
No.
and jumping back down.
Climb.
I acrobatically climb the tree, gently scoop up the lost cat, bring it back down to the crying kid. Here you go, little girl.
You do that and you use Knight's Presence on her, and she feels very swayed that the people from Brockheart are very good people.
Brockheart loves everybody, far and wide, including your little cat.
Here's your cat and a pamphlet.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Here's a brochure.
What?
Tell your dad, tell your
Can I
mom
have
all
it,
about
please?
Brockheart.
I will, she screams, and she runs on back. You proceed to make your way to the inn and tuck yourself in for the night.
Yeah.
So
That's my night.
Okay.
So yeah, Do you guys want to wake up in this episode or wake up in the next episode?
Next episode.
Honestly, next episode. I didn't want to try and rush anything along, but I do have to wake up at like 4 in the morning.
I got you beat. I got to be up at 3 in the morning.
Fuck. That sucks.
I'll just not go to bed and say hi to you guys in the morning.
You won't do it.
He will.
Actually, no, because I have to get up at like 5 on Friday, so I actually have to like keep my going to bed early up.
Yeah, see, the day after tomorrow influences today's decisions.
For me, because I can't just all of a sudden like hit 4 hours of sleep and call it good. And
No, none of us can.
But anyways,
Sleep.
I suppose. I'm really hoping you guys would interrogate each other more. But
I honestly don't know what to ask. Despite rolling a nat 20, I still don't know that much about the old bat, so I can't really like get weird with it as much as I want to.
I thought of some other stuff I could have told you afterwards, but I mean, it's just you could have continued on from just Brockheart to like seeing how like you guys have been in the world and stuff like that.
I do kind of want to ask more about Donnie Danger and like other members of his guild, but it didn't really seem important at the time.
Like I said, I actually am kind of like half asleep. It's been the weirdest day of tiredness ever. So my brain's kind of fuzzy on trying to role play.
Don't have it. Yeah, I know.
I really couldn't. I couldn't really get into Gnomeface.
I messaged you a couple, and then you're like, I thought the king had powers, not the prince, and I was talking about the king.
No. Yeah, I'm fuzzy.
All right.
Well,
yeah, I don't remember the prince actually doing anything power-wise.
No.
Getting animated.
From your perspective, at this point, the prince is literally running Brockheart. Like the king is old enough where like he's retiring.
Enough.
Like he's the king as a figurehead. But like,
is this good?
From the guild days,
no, enough.
From the guild days, we reported to the prince more often than the king.
Just bouncing it around.
Exactly.
I don't remember the prince actually having any like abilities.
Yeah,
like magic powers.
Do you know of the king having magic abilities? You should.
Gnomeface, do you remember?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Wizard.
I don't.
Do I?
You got me.
Yeah, you do.
The only thing I remember any of the royalty from Brockheart doing magically related was the craziest thing was
the king and the old bat both worked together to summon the elemental we fought.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Yeah, that's. But like, you know that the elemental that you fought was no small task. Like,
no, it was like a master elemental.
It's not to downplay it, but we haven't seen the prince do anything yet. That's all we're saying.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, like, at this point in time, like, at the time you guys left Brockheart, the king is pretty much, like, only the figurehead. And he's, like, the CEO who's there and is the person in charge. And the prince is doing all the work.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the prince. He's been pretty cool so far. Not that Donnie Danger's around right now to acknowledge that, but
I was just kind of like making the story a little more in depth and stuff. So
yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I guess we can call it there. Come back more refreshed next week, hopefully. Yeah. I will not be. I'll still be dead tired. But yeah, everyone, that's gonna do it for us. just a nice light role playing session. Gnomeface and Gnomeface and Gale question each other on what they knew about Brockheart and to try to understand Brockheart a little more. And Sven had a real good look into what Brockheart actually is and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still doesn't know what it's like there, but hopefully he'll find out in the future, pretty soon actually. So, we're playing again next Wednesday. So 1 week
Wednesday
from today.
again next week.
We're doing Wednesday again.
Yeah, neither you and I can make it next week. No, Man Bear.
Oh yeah, no, I canceled my trip to port, so I could technically do Friday, but you can't.
Well, screw you. Now you're just putting the fault all on me.
It's always your fault.
That's true, but sometimes I like to share the fault with someone else.
Yeah, no, that trip got canceled. I got a new job. Remember, I'm not getting paid. My first check will be next week, Friday.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that's right. How's the new job going? Anyways,
actually really well.
So, I actually forgot that this would be still in your like first period. But yeah, everyone, the usual stuff, like, subscribe, rate, review, and leave comments. And we'll see you next week. And we'll figure out what they're gonna do in the next day, and then the day after that they're leaving Akasai. So should be a quick one tomorrow, and a lot of
quick one next week. You mean?
Well, no, the tomorrow as in the in-game day.
Mm.
And then some more story lane the day after that. So yeah. I don't know. Any other words from any of you?
If you want to take a few minutes to chat, or after the session, that'd be appreciated. But
I meant to the people, Donnie.
Oh, hey, like, subscribe, click, share,
all the buttons,
do a funny dance, all the above. We love you. Thanks for listening.
I do want to give a shout out to our listener in Germany, whoever you are, man, female, dog. You've been with us since the beginning, and we appreciate it. And to our new listener in Virginia, who downloaded all our episodes in like 2 days, appreciate you as well.
They binged hard.
Yeah.
They're getting ready for a trip, so they download them all onto their phone, and they're gonna be gone for like a month. So they have something to listen to.
Not complaining either way. It's great for us, and we're glad that some people out there at least like what we're doing.
Yeah, it's absolutely kind of mind-blowing. I didn't think anybody would be paying attention this long.
Yeah, it means a lot, but we're gonna call it for today, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yep.
See ya.
Night, everyone.